This issue is incredibly important for doctors because if Falconer's proposals were ever to be made law, it would put doctors right on the front line of this, providing the assisted suicide. Falconer's proposal is to set up something very much like the Abortion Act, where it'll be two doctors' signatures that effectively sign the death warrant for patients. And we all know what happened with the Abortion Act, which was meant to be brought in just for very difficult cases like congenital abnormality, rape or incest, but has actually spread to the point where we've had 7 million abortions, 200,000 a year, and the vast majority of them are technically illegal because they're being done on mental health grounds when there's no real evidence that having an abortion safeguards mental health compared with continuing with a pregnancy. So we would see the same mission creep, incremental extension, slippery slope with this sort of act involving doctors, and doctors would be right on the front line. And if the law changes, then what becomes a concession will become an expectation, will eventually become a requirement, and I think it's inevitable that doctors will then be put under pressure to act against their consciences, and there'll be certain specialties that'll be very difficult for Christians to be involved in. Just as obstetrics and gynecology is a problem now, so geriatrics, palliative medicine, terminal care, general practice, anything that involves dying patients could potentially become a real problem for Christian doctors in the future. So it's incredibly important that a medical voice, and in particular a Christian medical voice, is heard on these issues. It's for this reason that CMF was one of the founding members of the Care Not Killing Alliance, which was set up in 2006 to combat the Joffrey Bill. And Care Not Killing Alliance is an alliance of co-belligerent organisations, over 40, thousands of grassroots members who come from a whole variety of perspectives of all faiths and none. So there are faith groups like the Church of England, like the Catholic bishops of England and Wales and of Scotland. There are pro-life organisations involved. There are professional groups like the Association for Palliative Medicine, and there are disability rights groups as well. And all of these have come together to promote the aims of good care, particularly good care for dying patients, and secondly to ensure that there's no change in the law to allow either euthanasia or assisted suicide.